Clay, how you doing, man? It's been a few days.
Doing good. How about you boys? There's been some ball played since we last talked.
Yeah, some nervous moments, man. And I got to be honest, I don't remember very much about yesterday. We did a radio show, right, guys? We did 2 hours?
Yes.
We were
physically here.
Clay, my emotions were totally wrung out. I was like a wet towel that had just been hung to dry and sat there for 2 days. I feel better today, but I needed a couple days to recover.
Yeah, I've heard you say, of course, I was in San Antonio, and we didn't buy the ESPN Plus, so we listened, and I heard you say, here's the 3-0 count. A lot. Another 3-0 count. And I'm not saying it was Arkansas pitchers or Oklahoma State pitchers, but you called a lot of 3-0 counts, and it was a lot of ball four.
And a lot of pitching changes.
And when you do that, I believe that takes a lot out of you, because every time it's ball four, you're thinking, oh my gosh, we're going to be here forever. So
Clay,
I don't know if you think that. But
no, I did feel that when you watch two games that go near 5 hours, and then the last game against Oklahoma State goes just over 4 hours, and that feels like a sprint down the street. One of the things that really stands out, and it goes for Oklahoma State too, but it was obvious Arkansas just was the better team on the last day when they needed to be, and maybe a little more focused. Like the ability to play 10 hours in a day, which is what Oklahoma State did on Sunday, and then come back the next day. It's really mind-blowing. Like, that's the thing about baseball. You never know how long the game's going to go, and with the tension of it, I don't know a sport that feels this intense on a day-by-day basis in the postseason than college baseball.
Oh, I think it's terrific, yeah. I mean, the first several innings, the way Arkansas played defense was just, it was the part of the game where your pitchers need a little help, because pitchers are thinking it's going to be long. They don't know. And all at once they get out of a couple of innings and you gain a little confidence. But I think that goes back to some really great defensive plays.
Did y'all hear that?
Wow. How could I not hear that? We have some incredible storms coming through our headquarters area there.
Yeah, Clay, so there was a reason we were a few minutes late dialing you. We actually got knocked off and all the computers shut down, so we weren't able to hit
Well,
brakes
it's
on
coming
time.
this way. I'm with Lewis Campbell. We're fixing to launch his boat. We fished this morning on the Norfolk tailwater waiting. And now we switched to the Bull Shoals Dam area. We're going to launch his boat. But we've only got about a couple hours, because what hits y'all is going to hit us. And I'm guessing we don't want to be on the water when that mess hits.
Yeah, it's probably not a good idea, Clay. I mean, there's a lot of lightning. When the power went out, a lightning struck really pretty close to the studio. Actually hit a tree right across the street.
There was a flash of light in here, and I jumped.
Yeah. it was quite scary.
If they told me that I could catch at 3:30, I could catch a 34-inch brown that weighs 28 pounds, I still probably leave the water. It's time to go home. But,
unfortunately, no fish is worth your life.
You might hear some rumbling here, but it's probably jet boats going by us. These guys have these 40-horse jets on the river. They're pretty cool, but they're loud. So, y'all played George Strait. I was down in San Antonio, stayed in the same complex that George lives at. Saw his locker in the locker room, and my buddy David Cottrell says, "Go over and open it up." I was like, "I'm not opening George's locker." He says, "Just go ahead and open it up." And assistant pro, he says, "Clay didn't want to open the locker." He opens it up. Guess what was in there?
Cowboy hat?
Nothing.
Nothing. There's got to be something, right?
Sounds like a bad version of Let's Make a Deal.
No, he doesn't put anything in there. But if you're a member there and you want George to sign something, all you got to do is stick it in the locker and leave it. And when he's through there, he will sign it. Isn't that cool?
That is pretty cool. Just
open locker. Just leave it right there, boys. I'll get to it when I get to it.
I was hoping there'd be some boots you could try on or something.
So what'd you leave in there, Clay?
I didn't leave anything. I didn't. I'm not. That's not my style.
You're not an autograph guy. I'm not one either. I don't.
Not at all.
I don't ask
Not
for.
at all.
I asked for one from Weird Al because I paid for it, and that's different for me. How about I don't ask for autographs? I guess you're the same way.
I mean, I'm always weirded out. Somebody will walk up to me with a magazine and say, "Would you sign this?" I'll turn it to the page where my picture is, and they say, "No, right on the front." I said, "Well, I think that kind of defaces it." That's where they want me to sign it, right on the front. Right across the front.
Clay said, "Leave only footprints, take only memories."
That's right, and I did. I saw where he lives and heard stories. There was one of the guys I played with said that the first time he was paired with George, did not know who he was, wasn't a big fan, shook his hand, said, "Hi, I'm George." They rode together the whole day, and George says, "What do you do?" And he says, I'm in pharmaceuticals." The other guy says, "George, what do you do?" He says, "I'm in entertainment." Okay. They got to the end of the day and took their hats off, and he plays in a ball cap, not a cowboy hat, to disappoint everybody. And he shook his hand and said, "Tommy, good luck in that pharmaceutical game." And Tommy looks at George and says, "George, good luck in that entertainment game." And the other two guys in the foursome are rolling on the green laughing. He didn't have any idea who he was.
That's great. Hey, maybe I can
say,
find
how do you
your
make it?
album.
How do you make it 3.5, 4 hours on a golf course and
Never ask a name.
never come up?
George, Tommy. Yeah, kind of like that. But that's the way he liked it.
Pretty down home. That's pretty much how I met the guy who helped form the Commodores when I was a kid at a vacation spot with my parents. It was Club Med, and everybody's around the table, and it's families, and I'm like 12 years old at this point, and the parents are going around telling everybody what they do for a living. My father, he's a dentist. I'm an entertainer too. Here's a CPA. Here's a teacher over here. Then the guy with the big hair, who's a little bigger, says, "Well, me and my friends from college just decided to form a band, and we're still performing." And it's like, "Oh, really? Well, that's cool. You want to ask what's the name of the band? Well, what's the name of the band? The Commodores. Come again?" Yeah, a little different when you finally do find out who it is. All right,
little Lionel Richie on the side. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And by the way, his wife was the one who wrote the lyrics to Brick House. And I guarantee she wrote it about her. She wrote the song about herself.
Oh, okay.
No doubt about that.
Lewis is waiting for me to go out on the river. Did y'all get enough in one segment?
Yeah, that'll be good,
we're
Clay.
good,
I don't
Clay.
want you to
Enjoy
get
yourself.
electrocuted.
Don't if you see lightning, doesn't matter how big of a fish you got hooked on. It's not worth it.
Okay, Clay, go ahead,
If I
man.
catch a good one, I'll send a picture.
All right.
Sounds good. You got it. All right.
Partners at BetOnline continue to be the #1 source for all your betting needs and sports info. Find all the latest sports developments, including updated odds on the NBA playoffs, fights, and even next season's futures. And don't forget that the MLB is back as well. Who are you picking to win the World Series? BetOnline is your continued source for all your sports wagering needs, including live betting and your favorite Vegas casino and poker games. It's super easy to get started, so head to the website today or use your mobile device to join and use our promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet online, where the game starts.